Hi, I'm Natalie, also known as the Liquid Muse. As a cocktail book author, blogger, and mixologist, I'm always looking for new inspiration. Welcome to Inspired Sips with the Liquid Muse. We're with celebrity chef and mixologist Kathy Casey at the Kathy Casey Food Studios and Liquid Kitchen in Seattle. Now, Kathy, as one of the first female executive chefs and the original bar chef, what were your inspirations getting into the culinary field?
Well, I thought there was a really huge kind of void there in the bar. Years ago, no one was really paying attention to the real freshness and excitingness of the bar, and I saw a real opportunity there. So I started doing creative cocktail menus for all different restaurants and friends and clients, and just kind of exploded from there, bringing the kitchen to the bar.
Absolutely, and Dale DeGroff even has referred to as the original bar chef.
That's right.
How has the bar chef concept impacted modern mixology?
Well, I think that people are really creating fresh drinks these days, focusing on regional ingredients. Like today, we're going to be doing some things with Douglas Fir.
So cool.
So Northwest, and really micro distilleries and all kinds of unique ingredients. And so I think the whole kitchen moving into the bar has just exploded. And I'm so happy to see that everywhere people are doing great, fabulous cocktails, just like they do great dishes from the kitchen.
Absolutely. And in fact, speaking of that, Kathy's 9th book has recently come out called Sips and Apps. Tell us about this book, and then tell us about the drink that we're going to try.
Well, Sips and Apps is my 9th book, and I had so much fun doing it. It's really a variety of different cocktails. There's inspired classics, there's new creative ones, cocktails for a crowd, non-alcoholic drinks, and then, of course, some fabulous appetizers to go with fabulous sips.
Wow. Now, you go all over the world doing mixology consulting and chef consulting. You've recently been in the Middle East. So not only as a woman are you sort of an anomaly in a man's world, but also in the Middle East, I would imagine that's even more pronounced. How do you see that play out in your travels?
You know, it was really interesting. I was in Dubai, and I was also in Abu Dhabi. And I had a great time, and I was treated so well. And it was very interesting to see the different mixologists there, because they're having a little bit of that struggle that maybe we had 20, 30 years ago in the kitchen, where, you know, being a chef wasn't really looked upon as, you know, a real fabulous career. And so I was at a round table, and it was wonderful to hear everybody talking about how they really want to bring mixology forward, do really interesting things, support each other, and really make it a fabulous career, which they're doing over there.
And how do you see women incorporated into that? Is it still very much a male-dominated industry over there too, even more so, less, the same?
Most of the mixologists were all men.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, it's emerging here finally.
I was a little bit of a different person over there for people to work with, but I was really embraced, and people really enjoyed it, and I was treated lovely. So,
and we need a female ambassador going around the world supporting all of us female mixologists. So, Kathy, let's make your drink. I cannot wait to taste it. It sounds amazing.
It's really fun. It's the Douglas Fir Sparkle. So first off, we're going to start with, we have a lovely Washington gin here. It's Voyager, and it's infused with Douglas Fir. And Douglas Fir grows here, and I want you to smell this, because these are the real tender tips of it.
Oh my gosh.
Now this isn't, you know, you got to use Douglas Fir. You can't be sticking parts of your Christmas tree and treated things in there. This needs to be fresh. Or you can also use, we have a lovely Douglas Fir tea here from Oregon. You can also use a tea bag. But the trick is only 24 hours in your gin, because you don't want it to taste too overpowering. So we have 1.5 ounces of our Douglas Fir infused gin, 24 hours only. We're each going to have a cocktail here.
And you infuse this yourself in your kitchen?
I did.
So this is something people can do at home relatively easily?
Yes. And this grows, we have a really gorgeous garden out back, and so it's looking a little Charlie Brownish, though. I give it too many haircuts, I think. And then we're going to do 3/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice. Just really add a nice tang to it. I love this cocktail. You know, a lot of people, I think, are a little wary of gin sometimes, but the new micro gins are fantastic.
I agree.
I like to say that gin is kind of like, it's the pork of the spirits. It really goes with everything. It has layers of flavors. Vodka's the chicken, so vodka's a neutral spirit. So I like to say that that gin is either pork or seafood, depending upon
Lobster.
Yes.
Lobster.
It really has a lot of fun things to really come out.
Absolutely. Well, of course, so many botanicals and
Right.
sometimes citrus notes. There's a lot to play with gin.
So
what was this?
I had lemon juice, I had a little simple syrup, and I have a little bit of white cranberry in here.
Cool.
And I am measuring in the glass without ice because I don't want it to dilute when I mix it. So we're going to go ahead and ice that. And the layers of flavor in the gin with the added Douglas fir. And this, you know, you can take a little smell of that. It's not overpowering at all.
Well, in the glass altogether.
Yeah. So I'm going to give this a nice shake. And this is really a great base recipe. So maybe you don't have Douglas fir in your area. So maybe you just want to do, I don't know, you could do a sprig of rosemary in there.
Be wonderful. Maybe thyme.
Thyme would be delicious.
Something.
I started using herbs in cocktails years ago, probably 15 years ago.
Wow. You're so ahead of the curve and I love that we have a woman who is ahead of the curve on so many of these trends.
So we're going to strain that into our cocktail glass. And then we're going to add a little bit of sparkle.
Ooh.
So I have a nice dry rosé.
Fun.
A little champagne in there. Then I'm going to have you just add a little bit of garnish in for us.
Okay. Just drop it right in?
Yep. Those are little poofs.
Little poofs.
Of Douglas fir. And cranberries floating on top.
Oh my God,
Isn't that
so pretty? Wow. Well, cheers to Kathy.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for having us here at your studio, and I cannot wait to taste this
And
drink.
cheers to women in mixology.
Yes. Cocktail chicks unite. Let's roll it again. I want another one.